Tonsillitis is a medical issue we don't tend to worry much about. Painful and uncomfortable as it can be, many of us end up doing the usual. We drink tea, we take a Strepsil, or any other throat lozenge, a couple of paracetamol tablets, and just go to work as normal. Indeed, taking paracetamol or ibuprofen is often enough, because symptoms usually pass after 3 to 4 days. But it's not always the case. Sometimes symptoms may persist even after 4 days. And when that happens, it's important you go see a doctor as soon as possible. It may seem an exaggeration to some, but tonsillitis may end up being much more than just a sore throat. Here is the main reason why you shouldn't ignore tonsillitis after the initial 4-day period. Even if the pain is tolerable and doesn't affect much of your ability to go about your life, there are certain severe, potentially permanent, complications that may be caused by a lack of adequate medical treatment. When it is caused by a bacterial infection, the prescription of antibiotics is likely to be of utmost importance. That's because, if untreated, the tonsil infection may spread to other areas of the body. For instance, you may get a middle ear infection, where fluid between the eardrum and inner ear becomes infected by bacteria. Even worse than that, the patient may end up suffering from scarlet fever or rheumatic fever. These complications are more serious and may result in life-lasting health problems, including chronic heart conditions. For example, a rheumatic fever can permanently damage the mitral valve and cause mitral valve regurgitation. The patient may need to undergo heart surgery, as severe as mitral valve regurgitation can cause heart failure or arrhythmias. People say these complications are kind of rare these days, but let's think about that for a second. It is true that rheumatic fever is not as common as it used to be, but that's in part thanks to the discovery of penicillin. In other words, it became rare because nowadays there's a proper treatment for a large range of bacterial infections, including tonsillitis, that was not available once upon a time. The key takeaway is, it's unlikely those severe complications will affect you, provided that you actually get treatment. So, for your own sake, make sure you never allow tonsillitis to go untreated for longer than it should.